All right, so Ilhan Omar tweeted the dumbest thing I've seen all week, and she broke my heart. AOC as well. You know, these two progressive women of color, well, they ain't seem so progressive with what they tweeted about Syria. You know, me being a Syrian, this hurts me. This breaks my heart. Me being a supporter of Ilhan Omar, of AOC, of the squad. You guys see my videos. This breaks my heart. Me being a progressive and seeing this breaks my heart. So let's take a look. So Ilhan Omar here is saying, Trump's move will not put an end to endless wars. What it will do is reward Russia, Iran, and ISIS. He's not leading us toward peace. He's showing the world that his political interests are more important than reliable leadership and keeping our commitments to our allies. Jimmy Dore, he answered Ilhan Omar so perfectly, as did Aaron Matei. I'm going to read you their tweets. Jimmy Dore told her, for your info, Russia/Iran and ISIS are enemies. When Democrats oppose Trump by repeating CIA propaganda and pro-war talking points, they end up making no sense and sounding even dumber than Trump. You can oppose his move with the Kurds without doing stupid shit like this. Exactly. And then AOC tweeted, Trump's sudden withdrawal from northern Syria and endorsement of Turkey's actions could have catastrophic consequences and risks, laying the ground for immense violence and suffering. We can pursue a strategy to stop our endless wars without endangering the lives of innocent people. Yeah. How about you get out of Syria? Huh? There's a start. What is this, man? I mean, this is really insulting. You know, I expected better from these two women of color, these two progressives, these two Justice Democrats who say that they're anti-imperialist. I expected better than this, man. This was shocking. It literally sounds like concerned trolling at this point. Like, oh, we know better. Okay, we're going to stay inside your country. And as Aaron Matei said, Trump is endangering Kurds. That's obvious. We can oppose that and propose solutions without catering to imperial and nonsensical tropes about rewarding Russia, Iran, and ISIS. By the way, if you're rewarding ISIS, how are you also rewarding two of their enemies? Dude, exactly. What is this? This is just a bad take. This is a horrible take. Why are you being pro-war? Why are you saying nonsense like this is going to benefit both sides of the conflict? Which one is it? ISIS is fighting Iran and Russia. They're not friends, so how does it benefit all three of them? You're making no sense. She sounds like a high schooler who's repeating something they heard on CNN without really knowing what they're saying. You're a congresswoman. Why are you speaking about a conflict in the Middle East when you don't know your ass from your elbow? Not to mention, this is so disappointing, you know, like to actually see someone you look up to switching sides now and repeating stuff that you'd hear from Republicans. You saw how all these Republican senators were attacking Trump and like being completely bloodthirsty and warmongering. Like, how dare you pull out of Syria? We need to stay in Syria, man. We need to continue this illegal occupation that no one approved. And now they're siding with them? Man. This is what makes lefties and Democrats lose credibility. If you are going to oppose Trump, no matter the cost, even when he does something right, it makes you look like an idiot, not Trump. Trump is right to pull out of Syria. Everyone should be pulling the hell out of Syria. All right? You got like 15 countries in there violating its sovereignty, violating its people, its history, its borders. Everyone should be getting the hell out. Under what circumstances are you justifying this illegal occupation? Shame on you. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And it's so heartbreaking to see that from women of color, from progressives, from people who say that they're anti-imperialists. It still even says on AOC's website, she wants to stop all these endless wars. According to the Constitution, the right to declare war belongs to the legislative body, which is the Congress. Congress didn't approve for you to invade Syria, which again, as I said in my previous video, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what your Congress says. Okay, you should go through the United Nations. You didn't do that either. So by all accounts, this is an illegal occupation. Why the hell are progressives justifying a pro-war stance? This is unheard of. This is like taking corporate money. You just don't do that. No. This is just a terrible take, you know? Again, we're not defending Trump. This is bad for the credibility of progressives and lefties. You can't just oppose Trump for the sake of opposing Trump, even when he does something right. It makes you look stupid. Okay, this whole outrage culture and orange man bad at every single thing he does. Yeah, 99.9% of the crap that Trump does It's disgusting and it's bad. But this was not one of those cases. Pulling out of a country that you invaded illegally is not a bad thing. You should have never even been there in the first place. I don't care how you try to spin it. U.S. should get the hell out of Syria. What the hell are they doing there? You don't have approval from the UN, let alone your own Congress. It's an illegal occupation. I don't care how you spin it. Illegal. Illegal under international law. Illegal under your own law. What are you doing justifying this? So I'm not even telling you to go and kiss Trump's ass and give him credit. I'm just saying, what the hell are you doing opposing this good move? Why are you siding with neoconservatives and spouting these CIA talking points and sounding like these bloodthirsty senators in the Republican Party that are now like turning against him over his withdrawal from Syria? What the hell is going on? Is this like an episode of The Twilight Zone? Man, I feel like all the progressive women this week have lost it. We see Tulsi Gabbard justifying Ellen hanging out with a war criminal and saying we should be okay, like difference of opinion. No, bombing Iraq and killing 1 million people is not a difference of opinion. That's a war crime, okay? We're not entertaining war criminals, Tulsi Gabbard. What is wrong with you? And now Ilhan Omar and AOC, what is happening? What's next, Bernie Sanders? Oh, man. This is terrible, you know? And it's such a double standard. Here's the second issue. This is a double standard because they claim to be progressives at home. They claim to support people of color. They claim to support refugees, people that are fleeing the war in Syria, but they want to keep the war going on in Syria. Oh, man. This whole double standard. It's like, yeah, we're progressives at home and we support people of color at home. Oh, but brown people abroad? Nah, screw you. We're going to keep bombing your country and we're going to keep our troops in your country against your will, even though no one invited us, even though no one sanctioned this endeavor. It was not passed by the United Nations. It wasn't even passed by our own Congress. But you know what? Screw you, because we don't care about people in the Middle East. We don't care about brown people. We're going to keep invading you no matter what. And we're always going to find a pretext. We're going to liberate the Iraqis from Saddam, and now we're going to help the Kurds out. We're always going to have a pretext. Always. Don't worry, man. So long as we keep our troops in your country. This is the mentality. Oh, we know best. We're going to do what we want. What the hell? How are you a progressive? How do you say you defend people of color and human rights and you care about Syrians and Syrian refugees and about ending the war, and then you do this? This is a double standard. And I have to call you out. I can't just make videos ranting about Elizabeth Warren pretending to be a progressive and then not say anything when people I admire do something wrong. It's even worse. This is even worse. I would have never expected this kind of language from AOC and Ilhan Omar. What are you doing? What are you doing? You literally ran against this stuff, okay? And another thing, a few months ago, AOC, Ilhan Omar, and a bunch of people on both sides of the aisle, they wrote a joint letter to Trump saying, pull out of Syria. Get the hell out. This is in April, all right? This is a few months ago. And now they flip-flopped. I mean, this leads me to believe that either you've been compromised or you don't really believe in ending the wars, you know? Or you just want to oppose Trump at any cost. It's like you just want to say the opposite of Trump, no matter what, even if it makes you look like an idiot. What are you doing here? You're hurting the progressive movement. You're hurting yourself. Not only are you giving ammunition to people who, you know, hate you regardless because you're progressive, but you're making other progressives like me, you're making Syrians like me who actually believed in you now go, what the hell is going on? What are you doing? What are you doing? This is absolutely absurd. So like I said, man, this is just a completely bad take. And not to mention, you know, the double standard. Oh, we're progressives when it comes to this, Medicare for all. We're progressives when it comes to people of color. We're progressives when it comes to gay rights. We're progressives against this. But we're going to keep invading the Middle East because U.S. imperialism is the most important thing, even though we say we're progressives. No, if you do that, you're not a progressive anymore. You've compromised your position and your platform. This is so bad. And I mean, for anyone to even think that this is not that big of a deal. No, it's a very big deal. These are lawmakers who work in Congress. These are congresswomen who have a say on this, advocating for more war and more imperialism in the Middle East, in a country that they shouldn't be in the first place. This is very bad. Okay, and you keep seeing people, even other lefty channels, trying to spew this somehow like it's legitimately a bad move. Like, we shouldn't have pulled out and it was too soon. It's like, dude, if I have 5 intruders inside my house, I'm not going to tell 4 of them to go and let 1 stay. Get the hell out of my goddamn house. You shouldn't be in my goddamn house. End of story. There's no discussion here. Get out of my house. What is so hard to understand about this? I'm flabbergasted. I don't understand how even lefties and progressives can't get this through their thick skulls. That, oh my God, brown people actually have countries in the Middle East with sovereignty and their own borders that we shouldn't be fucking violating. Because I'm pretty sure that none of y'all would like it if Mexico invaded you randomly, or Canada or Puerto Rico or whatever the hell. Okay? This is madness. I mean, this blatant disrespect of international law and conventions and norms, like they never heard of borders and sovereignty. Like it's never even popped in their mind. And again, this is not just about, we want just the US to get out. No, everyone should get the hell out. Turkey, US, Iran, Russia, all of them, get the hell out. This whole issue is that you have a giant melting pot of conflict. Enough. The only people who should be having a say about Syria is Syrians. Period.